Imagine this device doesn't have a Microsoft logo, but you buy it. You work with it for a while and you fully understand that yes, this is a Surface. Overpriced, but premium and different. But when we look at the price, we have to say overpriced again. It's not that bad though. This is the Surface Laptop Studio 2 review, so let's do it all. The design of a Studio 2 gives you the feeling that it is a premium product. The body is completely aluminum instead of magnesium, the design is completely minimal and attractive, the fans are placed in the lower part and the keyboard and touchpad are located in the upper part. There is also a hinge in the display part, which is the signature of Surface Studios. You can use it to bring the screen to the front and place it at the desired angle, to use the touch screen or stylus. In my opinion, the best mode is between the keyboard and the touchpad. Set it in any mode, it won't move and you can easily work with it. You can even bend it completely, although I don't think you want to use it like a tablet, because it weighs 2 kilograms and is not very thin. Even as a notebook, it should be lighter. Anyway, but when you show it to someone from the front, it's hard to tell that this is a $2,000 plus workstation notebook. The display bezel is the same everywhere. Okay, very good, but too much. If the display bezel was a smaller instead of 14.4, we would have a 15-inch laptop, which is very suitable for the price range, but it is not. The keyboard and touchpad work great as always. The depth and sound of the clicks are great, and the touchpad is glass and big, but not as big as MacBooks. Of course, clicking is a bit difficult when placed on a lap or soft place. Surface Stylus 2 works very well, especially for graphic and 3D designers. Windows is now more optimized for touch and the stylus than before, but the price of a stylus is $120. Inside the specifications, it says anti-reflecting glossy glass, which doesn't match the real experience at all. It is a 14-inch mirror. Surface Laptop Studio 2 has no serious problem in terms of port and connection. Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, 1 USB-A 3.1 port, 3.5mm audio jack, Surface Connect and 1 microSD reader. I think it would be better if there was an HDMI port as well. Also, SD card is much more practical than microSD, especially for photographers. With the help of Windows Hello 2.0, the laptop is unlocked very quickly and safely, and we get to the screen. An IPS LCD display with an aspect ratio of 3:4 with a density of 200 ppi that supports Dolby Vision, has a dynamic refresh rate of 120 Hz and produces 400 nits of brightness. It has good color accuracy. It supports 100% sRGB and 70% DCI-P3. Contrast is normal, colors are good, everything is normal. But this is not good at all. Its price is at least $2,000, and this laptop is made for designers and should have a special focus on the display part. The basic version is not good at all, and its original price starts at $2,500. For example, you can see the MacBook Pro at this price, with a Retina Mini LED display with full supports of DCI-P3 and 1600 nits of brightness in HDR content. And even competitors that have an OLED display. But the Studio 2 speaker is great. Good bass, excellent clarity and resolution, and high volume. The webcam is 1080p, it has good quality for video calls and normal tasks. And now it has become much smarter. It follows the subject, changes the background, has interesting effects, and in general, is integrated with AI. Hardware is not where Surface Laptop Studio 2 will surprise you, but good. All versions come with Core i7-13700H, which has 6 performance cores with a maximum frequency of 5 GHz and 8 efficiency cores with a maximum frequency of 3.7 GHz. The RAM is 16, 32 or 64 GB of LPDDR5X with a speed of 5200 MHz. And is one of the highest speed RAMs on the market, but it is not upgradable. Its memory is SSD Gen 4 and its reading speed is 6462 megabytes per second. And its writing speed is 3523 megabytes per second. And it cannot be faulted. The basic graphics of the device is Intel Iris Xe. That is the same internal Intel graphics. And its price is $2,000. Well, we will pass it. Other versions with RTX 4050 and RTX 4060 graphics are available at the price of $2,500 and $3,200. Of course, there is also a version with NVIDIA RTX 2080. So the RTX 4060 is better for most people, even professionals. The point is, that is very expensive. You can find non-gaming laptops with 3080, 4070 or even 4080 graphics at this price. If you follow Intel news, you know that Core Ultra is worth waiting for. We have nothing to do with the future. To clarify the performance, let's see a little benchmark. So, what competitor is better than MacBook? Core i7-13700H single-core performance is almost equal to M3 Pro. But with the increase in price, it is 7% weaker than M3 Max. In multi-core performance, this difference increases to 5% and is also 47% weaker than M3 Max. The difference in Geekbench is much more. In terms of GPU, Surface Laptop Studio 2 is 4% more powerful than MacBook Pro with M3 Pro, but the 4060 version has no chance against M3 Max and is 82% weaker than that. Let's go to real life. In fact, both versions can do semi-heavy to heavy graphic tasks well. They also have little fan noise, but in the game you can set the laptop setting to performance, and the sound of the fan can be heard completely in this mode. But Surface can play heavy games, not with the best frame rate and best quality. If you set the game's graphics to 1080p, it will give up to 90 FPS in games like Tomb Raider and Red Dead. Its performance loss is also not very high. In general, it is quite normal in hardware. In terms of software, we see Windows 11, an efficient, modern, and open operating system, but with old kernel. Microsoft has moved a lot towards AI with Copilot, and this can be seen in all parts of Windows. And it works well. It works like an assistant in the OS. It changes settings easily, summarizes texts, takes text from photos, answers questions, and etc. But usually you rarely find yourself using it. Yes, there is still room for improvement. The battery is one of the main weaknesses of this laptop. 12 hours of video playback. Let me explain to you more. In normal tasks such as web surfing, you can only use the battery for 5 hours, or a little more, which is weaker than Windows competitors and not comparable to MacBook at all. Yes, it is true that it is overpriced, but it is not a worthless laptop. It can be a good choice for someone who cares about premium material, design and stylus, and prefers Windows. I really like the Studio Laptop series and its main idea, but I hope the next model to be better. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like it, and if you like my content, subscribe to my channel. Goodbye, see you next video.